New card. What do you think?
Whoa, very nice.
It's very cool, Bateman, but that's nothing. Look at this.
That is really nice.
What do you think?
Nice.
You ain't seen nothing yet. Raised lettering, pale nimbus, white.
Impressive. Very nice.
Mm.
Let's see Paul Allen's card. Look at that subtle off-white coloring. The tasteful thickness of it. Oh my god. It even has a watermark.
Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on this video. My name is Chris. The second Thor Love and Thunder trailer has officially dropped, and what I'm going to be doing here for you guys in this video is break down this trailer bit by bit, seeing if we can dissect some of the bigger moments here. I'll be pointing out some of the Easter eggs or other things you might have missed, hints towards the story, but really just giving you my overall thoughts because I thought this was a fantastic trailer that showed not only how fun this movie looks, but how terrifying Gorr the God Butcher is, played by Christian Bale. I was kind of scared to see his design, but I think they did it pretty good. So as we go through this, make sure you guys are also leaving your opinions down below of what you thought of this trailer. But really quick, I want to go ahead and thank the sponsor of today's video, and that is GFuel. Just because we're on the Thor Love and Thunder train does not mean we got to forget about the previous Marvel film that just came out, Doctor Strange 2 in the Multiverse of Madness. And GFuel has gone ahead and made their own hydration formula filled with electrolytes and vitamins to go ahead and keep you focused throughout the day. It also has zero caffeine, so if you're someone who is a little sensitive to caffeine, this might be the perfect solution for you to get some great taste out of your water. I recommend going ahead and getting the tub and kit. Just click the link in my description or use code 3C Films to go ahead and get a discount. If you're not interested in the Doctor Strange one, that code is also good for any other products on there, so you can go ahead and get a Morbin Time kit, aka Morbius the Marvel Legend. Thank you again, G Fuel, for sponsoring today's video. But okay, beginning off here with the Thor Love and Thunder trailer, it opens up with Gorr going ahead and telling the story of Thor to a bunch of alien beings that I'm assuming are the same ones that the Guardians and Thor are protecting in this shot. I think this is kind of great that Gorr will sort of be narrating some of the events here and just kind of telling the story of Thor and catching us up to what he's been up to. And speaking of the Guardians, all of them minus Gamora are present in this trailer. You can see Rocket Raccoon off here to the side for a split second, with the remaining members here in the ship watching Thor, I'm assuming, leave. From there, the trailer gives us another great montage of Thor losing his way. I cannot wait to see what this full montage is going to be like. And they give us a little bit more footage than the previous trailer, where he's actually got a chain strapped to the Milano, the Guardian ship, and he's pulling it. From there, we get a little bit more footage involving these mysterious creatures that I've been saying I think are connected to Gorr the God Butcher, because in the comics, the symbiote sword he has can sort of create these berserker monsters to attack other people. From the quick glimpses that we get at them, they seem to fit that profile, but I gotta say, I am loving this version of the Thor outfit. I kind of wish this was his outfit for the entire movie, because it just feels kind of like classic Asgardian Thor. But we see here for a split moment, he's reunited with Mjolnir, which I'm assuming he hasn't seen since it was last destroyed by Hela, thinking he can actually grab it, only for then it to go to Jane Foster, revealing her as the latest Thor. Then we get treated to this absolutely scary shot of Thor in this helmet. Marvel Studios, you put out a great trailer, and I'm looking forward to this new Thor movie, but what am I looking at right here, man? We saw some of the concept art of this Thor suit that'll be popping up in the movie, and even then I said I'm not really in love with this suit. I don't think it looks that great. It's too much gold. The helmet's a little too exaggerated, but I said then it's only concept art. It could look much better in live action. Let me tell you, this looks worse in live action. And it's not even that it looks worse. The line delivery and specific scene they chose to reveal this helmet feels like Thor's doing his best to make a Shrek impression right here.
Jane?
I'm gonna play that over and over again for you guys.
Jane? 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 Jane?
I don't know what they were thinking adding that to the trailer, but I am not on board for that helmet, and I'm pretty sure he's not going to be wearing it for long. At the same time, though, we have to note the major costume change in what feels like it's supposed to be the same sequence. Just a second ago, we saw Thor in this nice classic looking outfit, and then in the next sequence, he's kind of all golded out. So this could be his sort of transformation when he calls upon the lightning and thunder using Stormbreaker. But the other thing to note here is just how shocked he is that Jane has these abilities. I'm assuming then we're going to get a sequence here where Jane has kind of been using these Thor powers in the background without us knowing. We never really knew who picked up the scraps of the broken Mjolnir way back. It could have been that Jane Foster, who had researched and worked with Thor previously, found a way to put it back together, and she also happened to be the one worthy enough to pick up Mjolnir and has just been doing Thor things while Thor has also been off-world. I also want to go ahead and point out this time distinction between them, where Jane Foster says it's been like 3 years since they've seen each other, and Thor says 8 years. If you actually subtract the two, that would make it a 5-year difference, meaning this could be a hint that Jane Foster was blip, aka dusted away, so she disappeared for 5 years, and then when she came back, that's basically instantaneous, and for her, it only felt like she hadn't seen Thor for 3 years, while Thor was alive for those 5 years, plus those 3 he didn't see her, so for him, it would have been 8 years without seeing her. From there, the trailer finally goes ahead and shows us the big bad of this movie, Christian Bale as Gorr the God Butcher, making it very clear what his motivations are for this movie.
So this is my vow. All gods will die.
We see him here grabbing the Necro sword that'll be covered in the symbiote, donning him all these abilities enough to go ahead and kill some gods. But really, I want to talk about these black and white sequences of Gorr walking into a room that I'm assuming is just symbiote stuff wall to wall. These shots make Christian Bale's Gorr look really terrifying, and like the man is gonna have no remorse when going after these gods, because in his comic background, he lost everything, not just his people, his wife, his kids. He was a person who prayed to the gods, hoping that they would hear his answers, and then the gods never responded, which is what led him to go ahead and want to kill every god because he sees them as selfish beings. This is where the movie will eventually lead us to meet some other gods, like on Mount Olympus, particularly Zeus, and there's this great shot here of Jane Foster's Thor, who uses Mjolnir in broken pieces to fight these guys away, and then I'm assuming Mjolnir can be pieced back together. That is now such a cool ability that Mjolnir has, that it can break apart, attack, and then be put back together. Still, I just get back to these black and white sequences where we see people like Valkyrie and Thor in color, but Gorr himself remains black and white. Even if you pause it at certain moments, you can see here that Valkyrie is half colored in and half black and white. So this location alone is going to make for some very interesting visual fight sequences. I do think that maybe they shouldn't have included this shot here of Gorr kind of bleeding out, because from the words he says to Thor saying, "You're not like the other gods I've killed," makes me feel like this is his death scene. Did they literally put Gorr's death scene in the trailer? If so, man, that kind of sucks and kind of ruins it for some of us, even though we knew Thor and then would probably win. But I mean, there's always that chance, right? Either way, I found this to be a really great trailer. Makes me look forward to the movie. Only 2 complaints I had is that helmet and why you censoring them God of Thunder butt cheeks. Is it because you don't want him to compete with America's ass? I see you, Marvel. You guys go ahead and give me your thoughts down below on the Thor Love and Thunder trailer. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at 3C Films or on TikTok at 3C Films. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.